Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and welcome back to Titans. This time we're on Season 1, Episode 6, titled Jason Todd. So, you know what, I guess that answers the question as to who the new Robin was. We had a new Robin showing up right at the end of the last episode, saving Dick from a group of, I don't know if they were SWAT guys, they were body armored with guns. They were sent there to kill Dr. Adamson because he'd been exposed. Dick found him and stuff like that, so he's dead. He was shot. I don't mean Dick pushed him out of the way, but I assume he still took the shot in some fashion. But yeah, then he tried to fight without his gear, and then he couldn't, and then he started to get beat the crap out of. And then just as they were about to shoot him, Jason threw in a smoke grenade and jumped in as the new Robin. So he's made his presence known. So I guess that the title of the episode answers the question: Jason Todd. I wondered if it would be Tim Drake or Jason Todd, but I think for this one they're probably going to stick with Jason. I think given how he eventually becomes Red Hood, I guess he, well, to my knowledge, he becomes Red Hood, correct me if I'm wrong, but given that kind of pathway, I feel like he would probably be more of an interesting character to see progress. But yeah, he's the new Robin. So I think that this one is probably more of a direct partner to Batman now, because Dick left all that behind. He still carried on the Robin. He still had his gear with him. He's still got some aspect of it with him. But this new one is actually partnered up with Batman and stuff. I mean, he's in wherever the hell they are now. I don't know where Dr. Adamson was living. I think Chicago. I think it's Chicago. Maybe. Yeah. So he's gone there. He tracked down Dick somehow and found him, so he's a new Robin. But we had our first official team up. Too against the family. And Dick spent the episode trying to get them to work together and allowing them to understand each other's powers and seeing what they could do. And then in the end, they had to fight them off, and all that magnificence happened. So he said that he would have to find Dr. Adamson and find out what the hell was going on, and then he'd get back to the team in the end. So now Jason jumped in and saved his ass. So yeah, and the family's dead. Adamson activated the kill switch and literally blew their heads white. Like, there was nothing left of their heads. Like, you'd think, I thought they, it wouldn't be their entire. I thought it would just be like their foreheads and maybe like half of their skulls. But there was nothing left, nothing reminiscent of a head. Like, just literally the top of the spinal cord connecting to the skull was all that was shown. But yeah, so they're dead. Dick saved by Jason, so he's the new Robin. So we're gonna meet him, and stuff's gonna be fun. So yeah, that is all I have from the last one, episode 6, Jason Todd. Let's go. This just goes to show that anyone named John and Mary immediately lead bad lives, John and Mary Watson, John and Mary Winchester, now John and Mary Grayson. Never name your kids John and Mary. It's not going to end well.
Living with Bruce Wayne, it's going to change your life forever.
Buddy, you have no idea. That's the understatement of the millennia. You have no idea.
It's an honor to meet you.
Just fist bump him. There we go. You're both Robin. You're both in the business.
Hey, let me go grab my clothes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, seeing Robin in daylight is weird. He looks cooler at night.
So how long you and Bruce been
Together? Almost a year.
a year?
Wow, he moved on that fast? Really?
Wow. Okay. Don't waste any time.
Guess I chose the wrong one.
Did you try and boost the Batmobile or just Bruce's
Tried to
car?
steal the Batmobile?
Oh man, just the hubcap.
Just like that, he took you in.
Guess he saw potential.
So how'd you find me anyway?
The tracker
What tracker?
on your arm.
There's a tracker in his arm?
There's a fucking tracker in my arm?
Yeah. Yeah, mine too. Don't you remember him putting it in?
No.
That's just creepy.
Maybe you forgot.
Or maybe he did it in his sleep. That is just creepy. Oh, no, Grace. Oh, it's only for Todd. Only for Jason. Yep, you leave Batman, you leave behind some of the access. The accessibility.
Guess you changed the locks.
How do you go from, how do you see potential in, someone stealing parts of his car? Like, oh, you steal parts of my car. I can train you to fight crime.
Driving the goddamn Batmobile.
It must be.
He lets you drive the Batmobile.
Oh, damn. Yeah, he's got a lot more perks than Dick ever had.
Severe situation.
How old is he? I'm not even trying to be, insulting him. He genuinely looks like he's 16 or 17. Oh, he's gonna cut the tracker out. Right there. So do this. Yep, got a very high pain tolerance. Yep, answer the phone while your arm's bleeding out, yeah. Oh, there's the tracker. Yeah.
Are you sure?
It's a safe house. It is safe, right in the name.
Yeah, you can't get much safer than a safe house.
He did it for you. For us. In case anything ever happened, he could find us.
Thanks for stopping by.
Well, he could have done it consensually at least.
For a couple of days.
You know?
You should be okay with it. I know these people.
Oh, is it the members of his circus? It's the members of his circus. They're all dead? The members of his circus. Oh! They tore the skin off. They tore the fucking skin off. Jesus. Oh, even him? Even he's dead? So whoever did it knows that Dick Grayson is Robin. Atlas the strongman.
Phone bill paid last month. Utilities on. Looks like he's still
Yeah,
alive.
he's still okay. Okay, he's still alive. He's still alive. The legal guardian is still alive. Is he next though? He could be next. Oh, the team's here. Okay. They can meet Jason. They can meet the new Robin. Yeah.
How many Robins are there? Are there a lot?
No, I don't know.
Okay, quiet. Sit.
Oh, this is the best. This is the best.
Can I be Robin?
Oh, he works security now. Okay. Huh. So still putting his skills to some good use. Oh shit. Oh, he's being watched. Is this the guy going around melting people? That must be the melting man.
I'm 19.
Here, we stay here.
Yeah, I figured he wasn't of legal age. Yeah, of course Bruce would leave him bruised and shit lying around.
Haley's circus.
It's him, Atlas! It's him! Dickie. Yeah, it's Dickie. Oh, jeez. Yeah, he's a hugger. Yeah, he's a hugger. Oh god, is Jason gonna be okay? Watch out for the melting man. He might pop out from nowhere. Or we'll just sneak in the back entrance, yeah? Yeah, now he's playing it all suave and cool now that he's in.
Sorry, Mumford.
Jason, don't pick a fight!
You want me to kick your ass?
I want you to try.
No, Jason. Jason, don't pick a fight! God damn it.
We got this.
Jason!
Oh god! Oh. Oh, I feel like that was a distraction. That had to be a distraction.
You must be thinking of my father.
Where's Clay?
Oh, this is Tony Zuko's son, and he has a burnt face as well.
What was that?
This is why people like Batman do what they do. You
Oh,
don't
Nick was listening in.
Tony Zuko. You lock him in a jail cell until he takes his last breath, then you bury him under the jail and burn him to the ground.
Yeah, a grudge is going to be held between them two to days gone by. So now it's a battle between the children, the child of the Maroney and the Grayson. Yeah, the child of Maroney and Grayson.
Someone's on the fucking roof.
Oh, Jesus. Dick, what are you doing? Oh, Christ. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm willing to bet he gave the beat down, but the Maronis finished him off. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he's going in. Oh. No, he's thinking his dick. He's thinking his... No, he's thinking his dick right now. He's not thinking his Robin. He's thinking his dick. He's taking vengeance. Oh, and he broke his leg too. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Batman would have let that happen. He never would have let that happen. Of course he will. Gotta pick the right location. It's gonna be the bridge. I'm calling it. It's gonna be the bridge where Tony died. It's gonna be the bridge where Tony Zuko died.
I gotta take care of this by myself.
No, not the bridge. Okay, not the bridge. I was wrong. Not the bridge.
After your little meltdown in the Fed's office, it wasn't hard to link you to Robin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No more federal protection.
Yeah.
So the Maronis came after my mother,
Sure.
my sister, my fiance.
No, no. Oh, no.
They all melted. Beyond my wildest dreams.
Oh. Yeah, that's a melt face right there.
That's what the acid did for me. It changed me.
Yeah, you're the melting man now. Oh! Oh, that's a big chunk.
True self.
Oh, that's a big chunk.
He gave you an out, dumbass. You should have taken it.
Oh, Jason. Boom! There we go. Oh, yeah, you take him, Jason. Oh, a gun! Gun! Kevlar! Xylon! The Xylon! The Xylon. He has the Xylon, right? Oh no, it's an acid bullet. It's an acid bullet. Oh. Oh, tell me it still works. Tell me it still works. There we go. Come on. You got Kung Fu. Yeah. Oh! Oh! Oh!
You okay?
Silent fibers, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're welcome, by the way, for saving your life.
You're welcome for me saving your life.
Yeah, you saved each other's life. Now let's go.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah, offer Nick up to the feds this time. Yeah. Oh, damn. Oh, he is gonna deal with it. Oh. Oh, jeez. Oh. No. Oh, yeah. Oh. Whoa. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's going all in. Oh. Oh. He broke his spine. He broke the guy's spine. Well, Jason, what are you doing?
There's no way Batman's cool with beating up.
Yeah, no, Batman would never approve.
I don't see him here.
Uh.
The cops in Gotham kick my ass every night. Now I get to kick back.
You obviously have your own shit. Don't you?
Yeah,
I kick ass with Batman and I fucking love it.
I can tell.
But who the fuck are you?
The guy who came before you. The original.
You.
Oh god, lights out bitch. That line would be much more badass if he actually didn't use it to just brutalize the cops.
I'm not talking to anyone but Rachel.
Okay. Well, I suspect the next episode will be about whether or not they should let her near him in that case. Yeah. Like a monitored interrogation almost. And that's that episode over and done with. Yeah. Wow, so we are introduced to Master Jason Todd, Master Todd. Yeah, I think I can definitely see where the Red Hood stuff might come in now. I can definitely see where the Red Hood stuff might come in. You know, I think he's sassier. He's somewhat edgier. He's, you know, I think there's definitely, you know, Jason and Dick standing side to side by each other, standing face to face to each other, like they're very, very clearly, very visibly two different ends of that kind of crime fighting spectrum. Dick, unarguably much more mature, he realized the truth, or at least his own version of the truth of what Bruce's teachings really mean and what they leave with you, like the mark they leave on you, and what he's picked up, both good and bad, from Bruce's teachings. Whereas Jason, he's newer. He's only been at this only a year. I think it's a year. A year ago, so like, you know, for like a year. And even to begin with, he was risky. He was into risky stuff. He was trying to steal the hubcaps off of the Batmobile, and then Bruce picked him up and thought, yeah, you know what? I see potential in this guy being a new Robin. So then he trained him up, and then he gave him a suit and everything with upgraded stuff. Jason has a stronger and more durable Robin suit than Dick does, which I guess is what happens when you stick around. You know, you actually get the upgraded perks. He even had access to the safe house, and you know, he knew the password to the computer in the safe house and everything. So, yeah, but yeah, Jason is, you know, he's like 19, I think, or at least he tried to pass as 19 on the bar. But he's like basically like a late teenager, like a mid to late teens kind of guy. And he's much more excitable as well. And I think it's also because of the fact that he had a rough upbringing. Like, you know, he was staying with his uncle who was an alcoholic and took him to bars and stuff. And his parents were out of town all the time. He couldn't ever go to with his parents. So growing up like that, and then he moved into the foster home. He went from house to house, and then once he left the system, he was on the street. So I think he learned somewhat. I'd like to think that he learned somewhat. Similar to Roy Harper from Arrow, similar to him, he learned somewhat to survive on the streets, including how to fight as well on the streets. And then, you know, once he was taken in by Batman, he was actually taught how to actually fight and how to master other styles and stuff, and how to survive in other ways in this line of work. But I think that as well. I think that's like his upbringing. I think his upbringing, given how rough it was, I think he looks at it in a positive way, like, oh, all this shit happened, and I survived. So, but then on the other side, he even said, back when he was in Gotham, before he became, before he hooked up with, before he linked up with with Bruce, the cops in Gotham used to beat the crap out of him all the time. So he sees that being able to fight back against the cops as payback, pretty much. Now he wears a mask as well, so he can do whatever the hell he wants, because no one can ever identify him that way. So he's much more excited when he sees a lot of this as payback too. He takes like a good joyride out of this, like what Batman told him, like being able to kick the crap out of bad guys and stuff like that, and helping Batman do the same thing, like him saying like the Robin who has bright colours as their distraction, so then the bad guys will get jumped on by Batman and then he can do his thing. So he's much very visibly much more excitable. And he got very, very briefly introduced to the team. But yeah, he's his own guy doing his own thing. I'm hoping this isn't the only time we see him, because I would like to see more. Like, not just in terms of him becoming Red Hood, but just him more as Robin. Like this, I think it was a fairly nice introduction. And I think for a single episode, I feel this went south very quickly. They showed his true colors very, very quickly. Just like for one single episode, like to start off with, we see how good of a fighter he is and how much sassier and more charismatic he is. But then by the end of it, that fight scene with the police, good God, that was brutal. But again, that kind of stuff, he broke their noses happily, he broke their arms, used their own guns on each other. Then at the end, lights out bitch guy, he pulled him up into the air and then just snapped his back, broke his back on his foot and everything. And he was still beating on him when he was on the ground and stuff. So he doesn't hold back. He holds a hatred for the cops for what they did to him back then. So now he delivers that same justice out to cops wherever else he sees them. So there's that. But yeah, I'm hoping we can see him returning in some fashion. I mean, even if I get that Jason Todd. I mean, from what I've gathered of the Jason Todd thing, that's more like of him feeling replaced, like him having been supposedly killed by Joker, and then Batman seeing that tape and believing that Jason was dead, and then moving on to another Robin, and then Jason coming back with a vengeance, him feel like he was replaced. I think it's like a somewhat. I mean, whether it's intentional or not, it's a somewhat nice parallel that this time Dick was the first one, because Jason calls himself Robin 2.0, so Dick was the first one, and he left Bruce, and then after that Bruce picked up Jason and put him into him. I think because he's younger as well, because I think his age combined with his upbringing in the world and his experience in the world so far makes him far more susceptible to whatever Bruce does. Like Dick said, Bruce isn't really a healthy guy to be around. He'll tell you that he can give you anything you want, and he can help you do anything you want. And Jason, holding as many grudges towards people as he does and having that kind of world view, he would happily jump aboard, being like, you can teach me how to kick the crap out of people and survive. Sure, let's hop aboard the Bat coaster, the Batmobile. So that kind of thing is very, very visible. But yeah, I do hope we actually see him coming back in at some point. So far we have Jason Todd and we have Dick Grayson. So we know there are others like Tim Drake. I think. Well, those three are the ones I know of. Those three Robins are the ones I know of. Tim Drake, Jason Todd, and Dick Grayson. So yeah, I think Jason Todd, I know he becomes Red Hood, and Dick Grayson, I think is he the one that becomes Nightwing? I think so. Yeah, based on my playthrough of the Arkham games, I think Dick is what Barbara Gordon still calls Nightwing. So yeah, I think he's the one that becomes Nightwing. Whether that happens in the show, do not know. Not likely in this season. I think this season they're very clearly going for the path of encouraging encouraging Dick to actually find out who he is and whether or not he actually wants to be Robin, whether or not he actually likes the baggage that comes with his version of the name, and whether or not he's actually fit to be Robin or if he's something else or someone else. And I don't know if we're going to see Dick, if we're going to see Nightwing in this season or the next one, in season 2. But yeah, those are the two Robins we've got. So hopefully Jason will be popping back in at some point and helping out. But yeah, he's a fun character so far. And we also got a nice chunk of backstory on Dick, where he came from and what he had left after his parents died. So his parents. So more definite backstory on his parents' deaths. They were I think the owner of the circus, Haley. It was Haley's circus. So the owner of the circus failed to pay up protection money to the Maronis on time. So then I think the way I don't know if I think, well, no, now we know. Now it wasn't. Now we know. The original kill was not. It was not going to be like a cycle. They weren't going to kill everyone off. I think. Well, I mean, we don't know. We don't know. Had they not shut down the circus, had they still carried on, and then Haley still failed to pay up, then I think the chances are they probably would have continued killing off all the other circus members until Haley had nothing left, or I don't know. But Dick's parents, John and Mary Grayson, were the ones who paid the debt with their lives. So the equipment was tampered with. The ropes were burned up with hydrofluoric acid, I believe they said, which is how they usually do things. And we saw, because at the end, Tony Zuko was just filled up with acid bullets and stuff. So but John and Mary Grayson, like I said, those names in pop culture never end well. But yeah, so Tony Zuko was, I believe, the guy. I think he was the one with info. He was the one with info on the Maronis. So once the police found that out, they, instead of jailing him, they actually gave him protective custody, and they wanted him to give up more info on the Maronis and hopefully take down even more of that crime family. But Dick, he was, I think that was a much earlier Dick too. So I think that was when he was still Robin. I think that was when he became detective in Gotham. I think that was in Gotham, right? I think so. I think that was in Gotham. Yeah, that was when so he became Detective Grayson in Gotham. Was he detective? I don't know if he was detective there, because I think they called him Mr. Grayson. I don't think they called him Detective Grayson, but he was there regardless, and he was there. And he wanted the guy jailed, and even used very, very strong words in front of Nick, who was right there, and just used very strong words about jailing him and then burying him and then lighting the jail on fire and all that sort of stuff. So Nick heard all that, so he knew from that point on, this kid holds a grudge against my dad. So the eye contact they made, the eye contact was just sinister as hell. Like Zuko looking at him all sinister, and Dick looking at him like, I'm gonna kill your father. He had that look. Like Dick had that, I'm gonna kill your dad look, and Zuko just had that. You better watch out. But so he did. He then ended up ambushing the protective custody transport at the end, and I thought it was going to be a case of him delivering the initial hardcore beatings, the ones that really leave a mark of actual physical assault and battery and stuff like that. Is it battery that still applies to a normal civilian? I don't know. I know, but he still delivered the kicks and punches that would actually leave a mark. So I thought it was going to be like that, and then he'd actually follow Batman's code and then just leave the scene. And then the Maronis were there as well, so I thought they would come finish him off. But then maybe. Okay, it would be a case of like a mole inside the PD just tipping it off, saying, "Oh, it wasn't the Maronis, it was Robin." So then, Zuko said he made that link. Robin killed his father, and Dick had very, very strong feelings, about killing his father too. So but no, he actually just left him there. He just, he dropped the Batman's code entirely. Batman, it goes on saying Batman would have actually saved him and handed him. Batman would never have ambushed it in the first place, I don't think. He never would have ambushed it in the first place. If he was there, he would actually help save him and then take out the Maronis too. But no, Dick was thinking as Dick in that season. He was wearing the Robin suit, but, in that moment, in those 10-15 minutes, he was thinking purely as Dick Grayson, as the son, as the orphan son of John and Mary Grayson, killed by Tony Zuko. So he wanted that vengeance. And Bruce said he would help him get it. He said, killing the person who did it wouldn't he said vengeance wouldn't get them back. He said vengeance wouldn't bring them back, but he said, that he could help him find another way to deal with the pain. So he did. Technically, Dick was able to use that skill set to ambush the transport and drag Tony out of the van and give him, beat the crap out of him, and then the final choice was just leaving him to die to the Maronis, just handed them right over, let them fill him up with bullets. So then that was the final straw. And then it was Nick Zuko, who is not dead. I think he was just beaten up at the end, but he was not dead. So he decided to pay back and kill off all the other remaining members of the circus. R.I.P. to them. And Atlas, I thought Atlas would be the one too, but then I think it makes more sense, bringing him out of the darkness by making Atlas the last surviving member. And I think even Zuko wanted Dick there to be able to be like, he wanted him to watch him. The other ones, he had no problem killing them off one by one, but then this last one, he wanted Dick to be there to watch it happen. So yeah. And I wonder if Dick counts that as a piece of his darkness, because he does say that what Bruce taught him left, like it brought something out in him. It brought out darkness that he's sometimes unable to control. But then I wonder if he also counts this as that, like if Bruce hadn't taught him what he taught him, then Dick would never have been able to ambush the transport or take Tony out and beat the crap out of him. He never would have been able to do any of that. So that allowed him to then be on the sidelines and making that final choice. So I wonder if inadvertently it led to that, because from the beginning, even as a kid, he expressed that kind of desire to find the person who did it and kill them. And then years later, the guy's finally caught, and then it's revealed that he won't actually be jailed. He won't be given any severe kind of punishment because the cops are going to use him as the key to all the other criminals running the game. So after that, it's like he decides to take it into his own hands. The police finally have him, and they're not really going to do what they're supposed to do with him. So he decided to take it into his own hands thanks to the teachings that Bruce gave him. So I wonder if he kind of holds that grudge too. Like, he still got justice. He still got what he wanted as a kid, but at what cost though? He lost. It's arguable that, he lost even more of his humanity because he willingly let someone die. He was holding a grudge. He let his emotions cloud his judgment. He let that get in the way of, what's right. And, he actually let the guy just be handed over to the people wanting to kill him. But yeah, and it didn't bring them back. Bruce was right, letting the guy die didn't bring his parents back, but it still, got rid of him. And, even Jason being like, well, that's good on you. It's a win either way. That's one less scumbag on the planet, especially the guy that killed your parents, especially the guy that made you suffer a loss like that. He deserves that and all that sort of stuff. So it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting dynamic to see, like, how he grows from that. But then if he actually does hold that kind of grudge, like, what you taught me was what allowed me to do that, and stuff. So yeah, and then Jason obviously being there, and Jason starting a fucking bar fight too, that doesn't help. Like, Jason being there, it doesn't help, because he loves this fighting. He lives for the thrill of the fight and being that kind of crime fighter. So, he would happily encourage and just be the hype man for Batman. He basically is the hype man for Batman, but yeah, I don't know, that's that stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have. So Jason just left the scene. Atlas is alive, and he knows that, Dick is Robin, and he was proud of him. I think he was proud of him before, but I think now he's concerned, but he's still proud. He's proud of, him being able to fight, I think, but he's also concerned that, he's maybe putting himself at too much risk. And I think he was the legal guardian. I think, to some extent, he was the legal guardian up until Bruce came along, and he figured, he and Atlas could barely afford to provide for himself, maybe, but, even without that, he just wasn't capable of giving, of giving Dick the life he deserved. But Bruce, he's a wealthy man, he could send him to the best schools, which he didn't. Alfred probably private tutored him. Alfred likely privately tutored him in normal stuff, and then when it came to crime fighting, that's when Bruce's tactics came in. So, yeah, but yeah, he still had a hell of a life. And yeah, and I think I was wondering, there was a thing Jason mentioned that the police came to Bruce and him with these pictures when they had nowhere else to go. Like the police came to them with the info when they had nowhere else to go. So I wonder if they actually went to Bruce as Bruce or if they went to Batman. Because then we know that the Robins know who Bruce is, so they just call him Bruce. But with the police, I wonder if they actually went to Batman. I think it will make more sense if they went to Batman, because we know that Commissioner Gordon himself, I think he grew having like some kind of staggered relationship with him, like not really agreeing with him, like similar to Quentin Lance and the Green Arrow in Arrow. Like, originally started with him trying to hunt him down, but then eventually, a few seasons in, he actually grew to understand him and being able to work with him a bit. So I think it's that kind of parallel relationship between Jim Gordon and Bruce Wayne and Batman too. So I think that's probably what he meant then, because he still refers to him as Bruce, but they went to him as Batman. So Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have. So again, fun seeing Robin, fun seeing Robin 2.0, even fun seeing some backstory on this, on Dick's kind of background and who he has left. He has Atlas left now. Atlas is still a friend. He has his phone number now, so he has contact with him. But yeah, hopefully the melting man, hopefully Nick is going to be jailed for a long time. Well, the police, it would have happened had Thingy. I mean, I genuinely thought it was going to be a case of like, because Jason went to talk to them. He said, "Oh, I'll deal with this." I thought he was going to, just help clear the area or help like set Nick up as the culprit that they're looking for, because he's officially murdered a bunch of people. So I think he'd be the one they're looking for. He has the gun, but no, he just goes and takes out the fucking cops. Like, it could have. I think it would have been much more effective and much less hassle to actually just set the place up to show them that Nick was the real culprit. He was the one that killed them. He tried to kill Clay, but no, he just beats the crap out of the cops, leaves one of them probably disabled for the rest of his life. Just one of them with a broken back, and others with broken noses and hands and whatnot. But yeah, geez, I don't know. Jason, he's just the trigger happy dude. He's a trigger happy dude. But yeah, that is definitely pretty much what I have from this. So let me know what you guys thought and what you think of Jason and what you think of Dick's backstory and everything else that happened in this. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have from this one. That was Titan, Season 1, Episode 6, Dr. Jason Todd. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then salt and burn that like button. Comment on what you thought of the episode and what you think is coming next in this season. The uncut reaction will be available on Patreon, so feel free to go check it out. And yeah, that's it. So, I will see you guys next time.